Here's a little cartoon for you guys to enjoy. Today we're going to talk about multiplication again. It's a review of Friday, but you're going to add on estimating, rounding and estimation to make sure that your answer is reasonable. So let's take a look at the problem. Let's just go ahead and 36 times 43. We're going to do the traditional method because it's important that you guys become really comfortable with this method. And when you think about this problem, remember it's like two problems in one. We could say that we're looking at 36 groups of 3 and that we're looking at 36 groups of 40. So we have a number that's in the ones place, are 3 representing ones, and then the 4 is representing the tens, which is 40. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve. So if we look at 6 times 3, doing my ones, it's 18. I'm going to carry my 1. I'm going to stay with my 3. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. Then I'm going to say, okay, yay, I finished my first problem, 36 times 3, and now I'm going to my 4, which is in my tens place. I'm going to put a 0 here, and I'm going to say 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to bring down my 4, and now I have to carry my 2. And I want to make sure that I don't get confused with that 1, so I'm just going to cross it out, and I'm going to put a 2 there. I'm going to say 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is going to be 14. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this 8 and 4 and 5 and 1, and I'm going to put my comma, 1,548. Okay, so now let's just see if my answer is reasonable. Let's go ahead and see if my answer is reasonable. If I look at 36, when I think about my rounding, is going to be closer to 40 than to 30. And then I'm going to look at my 43, and I'm going to say, well, 43 is closer to 40 than to 50, because 43 falls between 40 and 50. And I'm going to multiply this, and I'm going to use my, factoring the tens. And I have 4 times 10. 4 times 10, so that's 4 times 4 is 16, times 10 times 10, or times 100, is going to be 1,600. So 1,600. And when we multiply, we're not going to get as close as we do with division because we're multiplying groups of. So 1,600 is not far off from 1,548. So I can say that my answer is reasonable. And so you guys are going to be working on this today. So here's your classwork for today. And if you don't finish it, it does become homework. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is in your book that you have. So this is your classwork / homework. And just so you note, it's lesson or homework and remembering 214, pages 55 and 56. So solve each problem using any method. Use rounding and estimation to check your work. Okay, 4th graders, I'd like everyone to do the traditional method, the shortcut method, which means you might need to use a separate piece of paper in order to rewrite these problems, to stack them. 45 times 61. And then you're going to solve this. But you're also, so this would be exact, right? And then you're going to have your estimate. And I want to see this work. I want to see your thinking on what you would do and how you would do it. And again, 45 would round to, you could leave 45 if you want, or you could round it to 50. And then 61 would round to 60. But I want to see you do that work, please. So this is a lot of practice today. You have 12 problems on the front page. And then on the back, you're going to do some review. I want to point out that it says, again, sketch an area model. So this is just to practice that area model. It's something you need to know, fourth graders. You're not going to get away from doing area model even in sixth grade. And then on 5 through 7, you can use any method to solve. And then you have a stretch your thinking. So that's your work for today, fourth graders. If you have a question about your work today, you're going to check in. If you are in person at Bear Creek, you're going to check in with your homeroom teacher. If you are virtual, you can hop on the Google Meet and you can ask me. All right, let's get to it and enjoy the cartoon.